no fluff, down and dirty today. So with the coilovers off and sent off to get rebuilt, I decided after I did the rear wheel bearings that I would do the front wheel bearings while everything was apart. So I've done the left side and got them all back in, and it was a lot of discovery learning. You can do it on your own, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart when you've got to get that inner race off the hub itself, right? So there's a little the wheel speed sensor has been removed, and it's a 5mm Allen wrench right here on top of the hub. No big deal. So as I promised, no fluff today. We're getting after it. So here's your little stubby. It's got some corrosion on it. We'll clean that up as we go. To get the hub off, there is no other way but to use the big guy, and that's the slide hammer. So what I've done is I've installed 3 nuts on here already, faced in. So I'll put this on here, if I can get it on here while I'm holding it. Sorry, Blair Witch Project as always. And I'll put the nuts on, excuse me, with the backs facing forward, so as to protect the little mating flange. So I get those on and pound this off, opposite, if you will, and get to going. Again, I apologize for the down and dirty, but I've got very little time, and we need to get these wheel bearings out. So with that, let's go. Certainly not for the faint of heart. Literally, good follow through the end of it, and you will pull it off and the hub will look just like that. So what comes off is the outer race right here, and with that you get with it the bearing and the outer seal. So that'll all come off together. Getting this guy off make you break out into a full body sweat. You got to get the cutoff wheel and cut that joker off. So I'll show you what I do to get that off. The other one actually came off quite easy. The rears were not as easy. So with that, let's keep it going. This is the outer race of the outer bearing. There's a dual row bearing. There's actually still pretty stiff. You can see there's white grease in there still. In the rears, that inner bearing, that ball, they're both balls, and that inner bearing, the grease was all black, if you remember. So these are just 13mm, and this is just a retainer plate for the bearing as a safety. So we'll get this off and get to pulling that bearing out. Now we're ready to press the bearing out. I have my bearing press kit here with the assorted sizes, and what you want to do for the back side of this guy, I've got the old one out here, and for size comparison wise, and this is magnetic, you know you've got it in right when your magnetic is on the inside for your wheel sensor. But anyway, so you don't want to be on the outer diameter here, and you really can't get to it because you'll mess up the housing. So you want to go down, sorry. Let's get some better lighting here. So you want to be on the inside race, which is completely counterintuitive. But this is the old guy, and we don't care really about damaging it. We just need to get it out. So with that, we will slide this guy in from the back side. And it's nice because it's magnetic, so it'll hold your guide in place here a little bit. And for this outer one, you really want as big as you can get it. So if you see, you don't want to touch that outer race. So the bigger, the better. And it's kind of difficult to get it on there. So with one hand, I will put it on and show you just a second. Hold on. So here it is in all of its glory. I have the big outer guide on there, the big nut on here. And on the back side, you can see my ratchet is in place to hold the nut on the back side. So with that, I'm going to show you the gut-wrenching, oh my, torque breaking loose. Here's my cheater bar, and it's much better to use a cheater bar because you will, that's tight. It's quite the nerve-wracking one. To get it to break loose is the magic. But once you break it loose and get it moving, there she goes. She just broke free. Now, get on there, a little better. Come on, there we go. All right, here we go. And now it's just a matter of keeping that going and pulling that bearing into this space here. So with that, I'll show you what it looks like once we get it out. And this is what it looks like when it comes flying apart after you got the bearing to move and get it out of there. This side actually doesn't look so bad. There is a little corrosion, but not too shabby. We'll get that cleaned up with a little wire brush, just copper, nothing aggressive, no steel bristles. But with that, let's get everything cleaned up, ready for reinstallation. And this, again, is where I promised, where not for the faint of heart. This is my handy dandy super duper Craftsman cutoff wheel. I love this little joker. Man, oh man, I've used it for so much. Hammer, chisel. Here's the old one that I cut off. You can see I got a little deep. Yikers, it was just a nick. But this hub, it can take it. So we've got to create a slot. And I've found that the steeper the angle, not going straight up and down 90, but going at a nice greater than 45, maybe 30. Let's go 33 and a half. But anywho, a bigger angle, so that way you can get the chisel underneath there and hit it at an angle. And this one came off surprisingly easy. Again, the rears, well, it was a monster. So I hope we have better luck with this right front as we did with the left front. So with that, let's get to cutting.